Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. Finally, today we're taking a look at Moises AI Studio. Not your regular AI dribble. It's pretty damn cool, so let's get to it. Hello and welcome to the show. My name's Jade and this is How to App on iOS, and I hope you're doing okay. So finally taking a look at Moises AI Studio. A fair while ago I already took a look at Moises the app, so let's show you that quickly. Let's talk about it. It is available on iOS. When it first came out, it was a stem splitter and still is a stem splitter. So you can basically import any song. So Moises was way ahead of everybody else in relation to stem splitting, especially on iOS. They're very renowned for it. A lot of people spoke very highly. I did indeed too when I originally did my show on this. So basically, here's the app. You can import any track in here, open it up, and split your tracks. It can decipher lyrics, right? It can do so much. So this is one I already prepared from one of my songs. You can come in here and you can mute these things, mute the vocals. What do we got? Drums here. Where's our drums? This has already been split, as I said. Where's our drums? So this is all split. You can split the kicks, snares, crashes, hi-hats. It's very deep, yeah? Even backing vocals. Take out those main vocals. Now, is all stem splitting perfect? Absolutely not, because of the way it works. If you've been around for a little while, the way stem splitting works is it takes a mixed file, it tries to break up all those tracks, but unfortunately, and here's where the technology is never going to get any better, like it's obviously gotten better and better and better, but there's frequencies that are molded into a song once it is mixed. This is why when you are mixing a song, you have your EQ field. You will mix, your bass a little bit lower, put some low end in there, maybe some mids in the guitars, a bit of high end on the vocals to give it some crispiness. All that EQing you do, that is all frequencies. So when these tools try to split apart all these songs, obviously different parts have different frequencies and they're going to bleed into each other. But, I mean, the technology that we have is sick. So to be able to just stem split this, just to even take out the vocals out of this song and have a karaoke track better than most karaoke tracks is sick, right? So I've already covered Moises as an app. I don't want to talk about if I'm enjoying it or not. So there is a link in the description if you want to go back and watch that show on Moises. We're definitely not talking about the app. And as you can see, this is all it still does on iOS. It's just a stem splitter on the iOS App Store. So if you come over here to App Raven, it's free to download, but this is where it gets interesting because of the in-app purchases. A lot of these AI things are subscription, and everybody fucking hates subscription. Most people know my views on subscription. I think especially the AI bubble that's going on at the moment is seriously abusing subscription models. I would much rather see a model that says, hey, here's the deal, pay for it once and it goes. But let's be honest, right? AI, a lot of these apps, to use them, they are sending data up to somewhere to do this stuff, because if you know anything about AI and the technology, the reason why NVIDIA is so big at the moment, so overvalued, and the AI bubble financially is so overinflated is because NVIDIA chips are pretty much what's needed to do all this kind of stuff, to do this hardcore processing. And there are apps out there that allow you to do this kind of stuff on your computer, but you need to have a high-end NVIDIA processing card, a graphics card to do it. You just can't do it on a basic chipset on a laptop, or even an M4 chipset or M5 chipset is going to struggle on this kind of stuff. So this is why a lot of these AI companies still are using a cloud service to send this data up, and then it comes back down to process it on their servers. And this being the reason for subscription. That, and I don't know, man, there's a lot of, in my opinion, a lot of companies using AI at the moment to try and suck as much money out of people before the bubble bursts. And we've seen what's going on with Udio and Suno. I just want to be clear on what we're talking about today too with Moises. This is not Uno and Suno. This is not a just generate shit from nowhere. You have to use Moises AI Studio, you have to put something in to get something out, right? It's to generate ideas from something from you, not just put in a prompt and get something, right? This is all about you putting in something to get ideas and then import them back into a DAW. This is seriously what Suno tries to say they're doing to try and appeal to musicians. But we all know there's a massive market out there of people that are just prompting and putting that slop out on streaming services. So now that we've kind of got this out of the way, the last thing I want to say before I say hello to you all here in the chat live is that you will see some problems today. And this is partly my fault because Moises is available on desktop. It's primarily been made for desktop, but here, this is how to app on iOS. There's a million channels out there that have done videos on Moises AI Studio. You want to go watch it on a desktop? Go see it. It works flawlessly. I can prove that here on my desktop because I have it on desktop as well. But I want to see today how well I can make it work on iOS using Safari, because it should work in Safari, and it mostly does. About 98% of the time it works. There's just one little issue. And I thought, should I skirt over this? Well, they're not paying me, and I want them to fix this. So if they see this problem, this one problem that I've found using it on iOS, then hopefully they'll fix this, because, you know, they're just going to get more people interested. So let's talk about, firstly, saying hello to those who are here in the live chat. Thank you for taking your time out to hang out with me on the show. Dave Bob's Audible video. We've got Pole Vault. Leela, hello. Studio 6+1, g'day, Dave. Anyone else I've got to say hello to? Forest of the Wolf, hello to you. Denise, beautiful Denise, who we're using her vocals as one of the tests today. So I'm glad to hear, Denise. And we're using our song to kind of generate some stuff. All right, let's talk about the pricing, because this is going to be the thing, obviously, that people are going to be the most upset about. And I have to be completely transparent here. I reached out to Moises and said, hey, would you give me a subscription for the top tier plan, which is the Pro plan. So there is a free plan for you to get on and have a mess about with this, absolutely free. There's a premium plan and there is a Pro plan. Now, the pricing is a little bit odd for me to show because I'm logged in. It gives me the Australian price, but I'm going to show you that and what you get, but I'll give you the US price as well, because it is cheaper, obviously. Australian prices here. So the monthly price for this, obviously, there's a free plan, which is $0, and the premium plan is $10.99. This is Australian, right? So just keep that in mind. Obviously, the premium plan US is going to be, what, $5.99? And the Pro plan here in Australia, $54.99 a month, right? Which equates to $39.99 if you are in the US a month. So there's that. Yeah, there is that. Got that out the way. But the difference between them is very stark, because one of my biggest problems with these AI subscriptions is you pay a fee and then they give you fucking credits. which makes making music feel like, and we've talked about this on this channel often, it makes it feel like a slot machine, that I'm having to put in another coin to get a result, where I've already paid you. I've already given you money, right? I'm giving you, like, if I'm giving you $39 or whatever a month, that's the money, right? I don't need to be given credits like a bloody child. That's the one thing about these subscriptions, and AI especially, that is doing this, that very much pisses me off. Music's not a slot machine, right? You pay a price, let me use the stuff. So getting back over here, this premium plan gives you like things like unlimited audio separations, right? Isolate more instruments and vocals, 20-minute length separation. So this is just for stem separation, right? With the Pro one, you get hi-fi separation models. So really high quality stuff, the highest quality they have. It can split drum parts, multimedia tracks, so spoken word and stuff. If you've got like a spoken word thing over some music, it can pull the spoken word from the music and then break the music down, right? Unlimited credits for stem generation. That's in the Pro plan. That's what I have. That's the one I'm using. But again, even on the premium one, this monthly 200 credits, it just, I don't know, man. That's my opinion. They're not paying me for this. They have given me a subscription, so I can say whatever the hell I want. Advanced creative control, 10 simultaneous generations. So you can generate 10 tracks at a time. With this one, you've got no time limit on exports and stuff. AI mixing, so you get all the features with the Pro one. Lossless export, so you can do waves, FLAC files. It's really huge, right? You get the voice studio, so you can bring your own voice in and use one of their singers. And here's what's cool. A lot of the stuff here with Moises is not scraped from the internet. Like, this is not a Suno thing. This is not scraping all your data. A lot of it's ethically done, and the voices that you're moving your vocals, so you can import your own vocal take and then get another singer to sing it. They're actually real singers who've done these performances, and every time you use it, the singers actually get paid. Now, this is what I'm talking about, right? This is a well thought out company. Regardless of what I think about the whole give me credits to use, I think that's shit. But if we can get to this model where people who are supplying the music to help make these models and people are getting paid for it, this is a better world. This is ethically good for everybody, yeah? And again, this isn't a prompting thing. This is to help you generate ideas you have. So heading back over here, a lot of this stuff, so there's the prices, unlimited file retentions, setlist collaborations. I'm not even talking about. You do get unlimited storage, so you can have as much as you want on there for all the plans. Process files per track 5, unlimited tracks, 20 minutes. You can split. You can create vocals, drums, all this stuff, right? Drum parts. It's you can go and look all this stuff up. Yeah. The Pro plan is where it's at, I believe. So again, thank you for, and it is a little bit cheaper too when you go and set up for a year, right? So I think it drops down from like $39 to something like $29, yeah, or something like that. You'll have to look it up. I've got the AU prices. I'm not here to do the price checks. I'm here to show you if this thing works, right? And it does. It's very, very impressive. It blows my mind. But again, I'm going to throw out this caveat. We're working on iOS. There will be things which you'll go, ooh, that puts me off. That's quite frustrating. And it is frustrating. I'm pissed about it. I hope they fix it. And that's why I'm doing this video. Because I really like this idea about getting ideas. Because here's the deal, folks. When you're making music, you may come up with a really good idea and you're in that zone, but then all of a sudden you just fall flat and you've got to try and get some momentum. Having a tool like this and then just going, oh, let's just take what I've got and throw it in here to give me an idea. Great. Because nobody wants to get really pumped up and sit in the studio in your space, whatever it is, start recording, have an idea, and then stop, hit a brick wall and be disappointed and walk away. And to have something like this to go, all right, let's give this a try. That's a great tool to have in your toolbox. Hello, Jamie Lynn. Good to see you. All right, so I'm going to show you how to use this on iOS. It's a little bit weird, a little bit convoluted, but it does work for the most part. So here is the Moises app, which I already showed you. There it is open. I'm already signed into my Moises account. This really helps. So I would suggest if you're going to pay for a subscription and use this, I would suggest that you go ahead and just get a free account to start off with, so you're logged into your Moises app. I'm going to come over here to Safari and just go to Moises AI. And you'll see when I come to Moises AI, if you scroll across the top, you got all these. I find this really annoying stuff, right? But up here it says Open Moises. So when I click on this, did you see what happened then? It opened the Moises app and then it moved to this kind of inbuilt version of Safari. It's not Safari because you can see Safari's up the top corner here. I can click and come back over to Safari, right? But if I click on Moises now, here we are in this. So we're in the app, but in a browser within the app. It's odd, but it works, kind of. And you can see when we were just in the app, all it had was track separation. Now you can see on the side, we've got track separation, AI Studio, Voice Studio, Jam Sessions, Mastering, Lyric Write, and Downloads. So we've got all this extra stuff in here. And this is what it looks like when you come over to the desktop. If I bounce, let's just come over here to the desktop and I'll show you. Here's the desktop version. It looks exactly the same. So you've got your track separation, AI Studio, and here's some of the tracks I've got here. This is the AI Studio. You've got your Voice Studio, and Voice Studio is where you can import your own vocals and use one of their ethically sourced vocalists. You've got a mastering studio here as well that you can just import your song and auto master it. So, you know, there's a lot of things in here that are got some value. And here's the AI Studio, where you can start a new project. Now let's bounce over back to iOS. Here we are in iOS. As you can see, it looks exactly the same. And here's where the problems start. When I click on AI Studio, did you see that? It brought up my projects and then it disappeared. And now all I've got is this create your first project. Now, if I go back, we'll try it again. It was there for a second. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So I really would love Moises to sort this out, please. There's ways around it. I can hit refresh and then tap on the screen really quickly. Keep doing it until I get one of them. I keep tap, I'm going to get one. I can do that, or I can just start a new project. We're starting a new project anyway today, right? So let's create our first project. You get to name it. Let's come in here. We're going to name it whatever. We'll just call it show demo and okay. And we're presented with this screen here. Moises Studio, there's a little video on how to get started, and you can add a track. So I'm going to add a track. You can import a full demo in here as well too, and then split the demo. So you may have a demo track already just with some drums, with some guitar and a vocal, and you can import that in and then stem split it and start working from there. We're just going to start off with a simple track. The next thing we get is My Files or Cloud Storage. I'm going to click My Files, and now with the beauty of iOS now, how we can have multiple windows, let's open up our Files app over here, and we'll import the track I want to import. So in Audio Share, just move this over to the side. We're going to look for this guitar track, and I'm just going to drag this in, and there we go. And we'll just hide this for the second. And so again, this is not just starting from a text prompt. This is import your own music. We'll hit add, and here is the guitar. So this is the guitar from the song me and Denise have done for the Music for Life charity album. If I hit the space bar, which is play up here, so there are some cool shortcuts as well using iOS. I can hit the space bar to stop. I can hit the back button and the buttons here to move around, which makes it nice and easy. We've hit. I can pause it up here as well. So when taking a look at it, it pretty much has the look of a standard DAW. Let's just make this full screen again, drag that out. You've got the name of your track up here, how long it goes for, your play, skip back and forward. This is your audio input. You can play live in here. If we click on this and hit allow, you can choose a source. I can choose my mini fuse or my iPad microphone. If I choose the mini fuse, yeah, you can go ahead. You can choose which channel you want, gain, monitor feedback. I'll just talk on this for a second. Let's be realistic with this thing. Using it on iOS, there's a whole lot of delay, right? It just is what it is. I would always recommend recording a part in Logic or GarageBand and then importing it. But you can do it. On a desktop, it's a little bit different. You've got a device plugged straight in on your Mac or whatever. You're probably going to have a lot more luck. I will try and record some guitar in here. Recording vocals straight in here, I've tried it. It's a mess. The vocal always ends up behind, and there's no way to grab a file and move it. That's just not a feature of this. All right, so there's your record button if you do want to record. You got a looping button here, volume, mute, or master output, yeah. You've got a metronome you can turn on and off. You got some controls for subdivision and your metronome. You can see the BPM of what's currently running, the scale, all this stuff, the root key, the time signature. And what's really cool about this is it's continuously saving. You'll notice it just every time you do an action or do something that's moved something or hit the mute button. I think if you hit the mute or solo, so you can mute, normally there'll be a save that happens every now and again. It's very rare you will lose something. Over here is the like the download, download your files. You got some options over here like rename the project, your grid if you want it in beats and measures or minutes and seconds. There's a little tutorial and a generation guide. Lovely. But everything else is pretty much like a DAW. You've got your track here, your volume, your panning. Some cool stuff over here. You've got convert a voice. You can generate a new stem or create a similar stem. You can separate stems from here. So if you've generated a drum from here, you can then separate those drums, and you're going to see this ain't no Suno shit, right? When you create a drum in here, it generates a drum, and then you stem split it. There's no artifacts or any of that shit. This is ethically sourced stuff. It's so much better. Hello, Mateus. You can group and stack things and create take lanes. You can export, rename the track, whatever. You got all this kind of stuff. Here's where it gets fun. We've got our track. I want to know what the chords are. You can do that. Over here, you've got this little chord section, and here you can just hit AI detect. It's off. We'll let it go, do its thing. We're going to be doing a little bit of waiting for this during today's show, yeah, because as I mentioned at the start, all of this is in the cloud. This is what you're paying for. None of us have, the majority of us don't have NVIDIA, the latest chipsets to be able to do this on device anyway. And you're paying for the destruction of our environment. The amount of energy and water and all that it takes for this AI stuff, which we've talked about many, many times. I have an idea what's going on. Good to see you, my friend. We love Ivan. And Russ 8889. So yeah, look at that. So it's detected our chords. We've got a little zoom in here too that we can zoom in. And look, it's gone in and detected all these chords for us. It's now given us too that the song is in F sharp minor. It's 80 BPM and it's in 4/4. Nice. Digging it. Let's go back to the start, hit play. We are ready to go. So let's do it. In fact, I want to import another track. I want to import Denise's vocals. So let's do that. We're going to hit add track and go to my files again. We're just going to swipe up from the bottom here and then open the files app. And we've got Denise's vocal in here as well too. So let's grab this and drop that in here. Thank you, Files app. We'll get rid of you, bring this back down to full screen, and we'll hit add. And now we've got Denise's vocal in here. So just the guitar and the vocal. Now, if you don't know the story behind this song, how it was made, our amazing friend Denise Lance, she has cerebral palsy. She is PhD. She's so much smarter than all of us. She's amazing. She used some software to record her voice, to make her voice. She created her real voice, right, using this technology, and then created this vocal for our song. And it's in her voice, and then she used this great technology where you can use MIDI and words. We're going to talk about that kind of stuff too once the song's released. And this is her vocal track that she has produced.
I swallow pride, get lost inside, too afraid to say. Free words I choke on, stuck inside my throat. I can't fake it, can't escape it. I need help, gloriously interdependent. We bend but never break.
I'm getting the message from YouTube as usual. There's not enough video coming through, so viewers may be experiencing fucking shit. So if that's the case, I don't know what to tell you. It says poor quality at the moment. We love YouTube, don't we? So if you guys can let me know if it's everything's still good. No, it looks like who knows? I don't know about YouTube anymore. I'm so tired of it. So look, there we go. So it says we're back now. Here's the thing with those vocals that you're hearing. Remember, this isn't just some Suno-made vocal that has just generated a vocal for Denise. This is something she's programmed in, the notes, the MIDI notes. That's why it sounds so good as a vocal, right? Because she's created the melody herself. So just being clear on that. Right, let's start doing some stuff. Let's start adding some things. So with these tracks, you can mute and you can solo. So all good there. Hey, Tristan. Yeah, look, it happens. We've got these tabs over the side here. Here's stem generation. We've got stem separation, and we've got voice conversion, and we've got AI mixing. So we're going to focus first on stem generation. And these are the options we have. We've got drums, bass, guitar, and others. Cool. Cool. Let's start with some drums. Now, what you need to be mindful of is you want to solo the thing that you want the drums to work off of. So I'm going to mute the vocals in this and just solo the guitar. I want the drums to focus solely on my guitar that I've put in there. So now that we've soloed that, let's come over here, and we've got all these presets. You can do an AI match, alternative, arena, ballad, bossa nova, classic rock, country, disco, drum and bass, dubstep, egg shaker, funk, grunge, heavy, hip hop, house, jazz, metal, Nashville, new disco, percussion, punk, reggae, R&B, salsa, soul, techno, trap, all these styles. Or you can come over here to custom and you can type in your own. You can just type in what you want to be. You can say, you know, I would like a 4 on the floor with a snappy kick. You can do like the typical kind of text generated stuff if you want. Plus, you can also, see this here, select a reference audio. So say I wanted to, with the guitar, say add a mandolin, and I had a specific sample that was in my sample collection of a really nice sounding mandolin. I could import this sound of this mandolin, even though it's not the playing the same chords of the song, it's not the song, it's just a sample. I can bring it in as a reference sound and then type in here, say accompaniment mandolin for the guitar. And it's going to use that sample that you brought in to generate the sound. Very, very clever stuff, right? Now, we don't have time to do all of this stuff. And as I said, there's lots of videos on YouTube that cover all this. For now, I think we're just going to come down here and choose something like, what do we got? Techno, trap, funk, country, classic rock, ballad, alternative. I don't know. We could go with maybe R&B. Is there an R&B? Did I see R&B in here? Nashville, percussion, R&B. So once you've chosen that, scroll down and you'll see generate stems. You've got little options, and you can see here down the bottom it says using one track to generate. That's because we've soloed this, right? So we've got one track. there's a few options. You can add some creative control. What does that say? Enable to manually adjust how creative the generation is. Low values are more creative and adventurous. So if you turn this on, you've got these options, right? So like conditioning strictness, context strictness, harmonic strictness. Now we're doing drums here, so that's not used. Let's just trust it. And you can use project chords, right? So if you're doing keys and stuff, you can actually turn on the chords. But let's just give it a go and generate. And what you're going to find is it's going to create for you some R&B drums. Here we go. It's already generating. And again, it takes time. So you're going to have to sit there and give it a little bit of time to do its thing. And while we wait, I'm not going to lie, this aspect of it is... This is incredible. This, to me, is what Apple's voice memos was for so many people. It's more expensive. By far, Apple's voice memos was free, and I know we all wish that would come back, but it didn't have the control of this and the power of this, so you're getting that as well. It's, you know me, I have a very love-hate with this kind of stuff. Oh, thanks, YouTube. Thanks for telling me that the stream's fucked again. You would think after all this time, YouTube, how many years? How many years? My internet's fine. I can see my internet's chugging along fine. But YouTube. All right, so we're generating this stem. Hopefully it's going to work. Live television, you know, you can never tell. Maybe it's not going to work. Who knows? Yes, there it is. So here is our drum track. Shall we listen to it? Stream looks good. All right. Let's bring this back to the start and see what it's done for us. Let's solo that. Now, I've done a lot of shows here over the years on AI shit. That's pretty good.
Other days I lose my way. I swallow pride, get lost inside, too afraid to say. Free words I choke on, stuck inside my throat. I can't fake it, can't escape it. I need help, gloriously interdependent. We bend but never break, stronger when we run together. Help is how we elevate.
Okay. So, but I want to break this down further. So let's keep those drums for now. You can even do something like this. So let's say this little roll here. If I zoom in to this section, right? So this is our little roll just here. I might want to come in here and just drag over this, and I might want something different. You can come in and regenerate from selection, or just regenerate the selection from something else. We could put in a completely different thing in here. And what it will, if you had left the vocals, would have worked out where the verses are and stuff. It wouldn't have made it, because the vocals are a completely different pattern. They don't follow the drums, the guitar. And it has followed the parts. It's put the cymbals at the right place, but you can come in here and regenerate this stuff. Or from here, you can come in and say, generate from selection, or generate the entire, regenerate selection. And you can just see, I might want to do using R&B again, or, you know, let's do the R&B again. Where are we? R&B, drum bass. I'm going blind. And what it does is it creates a second set down here, right? So, and it's going to actually just create this little part just by itself. And you can do this for anything, right? Anything, any of the guitar parts. If you don't like a little part that's in there, you can just regenerate that little bit and then replace it once it's done. Really good stuff, right? Again, man, what is going on with YouTube today? Come on, bro. Wow. I can't cop a break with YouTube today, can I? You really don't want me to do this show, YouTube. You know what? I really don't want to work for you anymore. How's that? Hey. I mean that 100%. I'm so tired of YouTube. So we'll let it do its thing. Hopefully, I don't know what to tell you about the stream. Hey, Hugh, what's going on? Are we finished? Not receiving enough audio, or fucking every time? It's every time I generate something, this is doing it. So there we go. Are we over it? Whatever. Good stuff. So it's telling us here we're doing this between 72 and 75 seconds. And we'll let it do its thing, wait for it to do its thing, and then we're good. Dave says, dude, I'm totally going to get this. The layout looks clean. Yeah, look, and so far on iOS, it's doing okay. The only thing I showed you where we're having problem, and Ed Z, what's going on? So there's our part. It's redone this part. Nice. It put in a little roll in there. So there we go. So that's been fixed now. Nice. I'm digging that. That's much better. There's the original. And so now we could, I guess, that's our new part that's in there. So we can, and if you don't like it, you can just come in and delete, right? And there's our, oh, I didn't, I fucked up. I fucked up. So what I'm going to do instead, because I fucked up, right, we'll just zoom this back out, is now I'm going to have to regenerate the whole thing. And it's good because I'm interested in seeing how much further we can go. Let's try some different drums. In fact, let's try something different. Let's use the AI drums. Let's see how smart it is with an AI match. So we'll scroll down to here, generate stamp. Oh, mute. There we go. I was quick. I muted the vocals. It's every time I run a generation. Nice one. Thanks, YouTube, or whatever is going on. Oh, man, I'm too scared to run a generation at the moment because of this. It worked, so Ed says, I've used it on iOS 2. It worked okay, but slower than my PC. Yeah. Now, here's the thing. My iPad is connected to, is on Ethernet. So it shouldn't be doing this. Everything's on Ethernet in this room. There's no Wi-Fi. So I shouldn't have any problems when it comes to, generating this kind of stuff. I never have before. It just seems like it's that day today. What are you going to do? Eh? Just complain about YouTube every single day, robbing its creators blindly and focusing on AI slop because they don't care about us. We're human. That's my bitch for the day, and I'm sticking to it. So next, I think we're going to try and create some bass for this. And if everything goes to plan, there we go. So here's our drums. It's given us these... Oh, it's a much louder kit. Oh, a bit more complicated too.
Life is an endless maze, many barriers in our way.
Okay, there we go. Let's move on to bass. So I'm going to stick with the guitar. We're going to solo the guitar. We don't need anything like that. Going to come over to bass. Let's look for something like an upright acoustic, and we'll generate this. Let's see if my theory is correct every time we generate something. No, it's not doing it. It's clearly just YouTube, isn't it? Yeah. Hello to Overlord of Procrastination. So we are now generating a bass track. And again, look, how cool would it be just to be able to generate this on your own computer? Again, like I said at the start of this, the problem is that this kind of technology takes immense graphics cards. Everybody's got to have a NVIDIA 5060, 5040 to do this kind of stuff. And this is why it is going to the cloud to do all of this nonsense. So we'll wait for this to come in here. And as I said earlier, so another cool thing I can show you while we're waiting for this to generate is, see, we've got this vocal track. There goes YouTube again. Awesome stuff. You can actually convert the voice in here within the studio. You can come in, say convert voice, and look what happens. We'll just show you while we're waiting. It then opens up the convert voice panel, and you have all of these ethically sourced and paid vocalists to choose from. Like I said, all of these vocalists have played their parts. This is not AI slop that has been made. This is trained off real people. And every time you use these vocalists, they do get paid, which I think is sick. That's the way we got to go with this. Let's check out this bass that we've been given. Go back here. Nice. It's a bit loud in the mix. We can turn that down. Bring in those drums.
Some days the path is clear and wide. Other days I lose my way. I swallow pride, get lost inside, too afraid to say.
I don't know, man. For helping me generate some ideas for this so far, we're doing pretty good. What else can we do here? Let's go over. So we've got some guitar. We could add in a second guitar as well. Why not? Let's do it. And you can do multiples of these as well. So let's just, again, unsolo these. We just want to go off the guitar this time. So I'm going to make sure the guitar's soloed. And we're going to do another acoustic guitar. See if we can thicken it up a little bit, because you've got acoustic strums, acoustic rhythms, even acoustic finger picking. So a rich full body guitar. Let's choose this and we'll start a generation. And then we'll head over to others, and we've got violin and strings. Let's do some strings. We'll head over here and hit create. So with this, the top plan, you can generate up to 10 of these all at the same time. And it's just going to take its time, do its thing. Now, an interesting thing I just want to bring up. You're not seeing this, but I saw this last night. When I was using this last night, in preparation for this show, when I was generating stems, it was creating 2 for me. It was doing 2 and putting them in a track lane. I don't know why today it's not doing that. There's a lot of things about AI software which just gets changed daily. And you think, why? Oh, now I'm getting the YouTube thing again. It seems like this stream is absolutely cursed today. I'm fucking done with YouTube. I'm so close to fucking quitting. There we go. Now you know my feelings. Why I'm doing a show called Stress this week. Because I'm so done, man. So done. This YouTube thing, they really don't want you to succeed, do they? They don't. They want you to just fail. All right, so at least we've got one of these done. Maybe we'll catch up again soon. Who knows? I don't fucking know anymore. Our acoustic strum has come through. So that's done. Is the string cleaned up now? It looks like it's cleaned up. Nice one. All right. Here's our 2 new tracks. Let's check out just the acoustic. Wow! What about the strings? Let's just take out the original guitar.
Guide me when I stumble. We make it through the stage. 3 words I choke on.
Holy shit.
But they're the truest thing I've felt. It's not weakness. It's the secret. I need help. Stuck inside my throat. I can't fake it. Can't.
Okay, so pretty damn cool. Let's talk about these drums now. Now that we have these drums, we can click over here and we can separate stems, and we can do either auto detect and it will try to auto detect them, or we can say select what we want separated. And if we scroll down over here, here's where we can get right into the minutia and go kicks, snares, toms, hi-hats, and cymbals. And it should just go. And it's going to create a little summing stack over here, right? So when I drop this down, we've got a summing stack of all these drums. So you've got the drums up here, right? And we're going to have these new drums that we can now export the individual parts. And this is where I think this shines, because once these are done, you're going to see me play the kicks by themselves. And if you've been following AI stuff like this for a time, you'll know when you separate these things, boy, oh boy, do they sound shit. There's artifacts. The kicks always sound super muffled and crap. I have not found that with Moises Studio. Again, this is not Suno. This is not scraped data. And look, it's done. So we should now be able to come over here, scroll up and mute these drums, mute them out of there, and scroll down to here. And let's just solo the kicks. We'll take out everything else, yeah? Let's get everything else out of this mix. Putting the vocals, so everything's out now, and we just got our kicks. So the other thing that you can do, right, when you do these stem separations is you can turn off, you can do like an isolation. When you import vocals too, you can actually import vocals in here and that are attached to a song, and it will try and remove the song from the vocals on the import. And if you've unfortunately got vocals that have reverb, it will try and remove the reverb. Pretty impressive to be able to come in here and separate these drums like so. Hi-hats.
I need help. I need you. We rise up. We break through. I need help. I need you. We rise up. We break through. Stuck inside my throat. I can't fake it. Can't escape it. I need help. Gloriously interdependent. We bend but never break. Stronger when we run together. Help is how we elevate.
Are we even live? I don't. No, we're not. All right, it is pretty damn impressive, unlike YouTube. You YouTube, I'm so done with you. All right. So here are our stems. What do we want to do from here? We can come in here and we can mix them. We can do stem separation like you've seen. We can add more to this if we want, but here's we've got a really good idea of all these tracks. We don't need these drums anymore, right? I don't need these. We can get rid of these stems that we don't want over here. If we don't want them, we can delete the group. We've still got the original drums over here, so that's all good. And we can mix these out as we want. We've also got voice conversion and we've got AI mixing. So I can come over here and it will analyze all 6 of these tracks. You can choose how many you want to mix and you can just hit the button and it's going to do a mix of these tracks. It'll take some time. Meanwhile, YouTube will just fuck me over like it has continuously throughout today's show. And it will do its mixing. We can come back to it. It's preparing the tracks. It mixes them. It gives you the opportunity to add reverb to these as well too once they are finished mixing. Takes a few minutes, of course, like everything. Look at that, down to 9 viewers because YouTube. I can just see it freezing over here. What the fuck is going on? I may as well just sit on my phone here and just play around and message people while I wait for YouTube to catch up. Isn't it unbelievable, man? There it goes again. I don't know what to tell you guys. You know, one thing I will just talk about while we're on this live stream, I might just redo this as a recorded video. I've been waiting to do this show for the longest time to prepare for it and do a decent show, and here we are, and YouTube just is sticking a fucking dry dildo inside my anus. Thanks, YouTube. So, here we are. I know, I'm so pissed about this. All right, so here's the final thing. It's given us the option to use a FLAC files. We can send these as FLAC files, MP3s, M4As, OGGs, 48, 96 kilohertz. We've got a mix or a mix and stems, right? So we can do a mix and stems. Musical pop style. You can actually choose the kind of mix that you would like, right? So we'll just leave it as pop at the moment. And it's come in here and done a mix for us. So the guitars, it's added not too much to that. It's added a bit of presence to the vocals and a little bit of reverb. The drums, thanks YouTube for really ruining my stream. Drums, bit of presence there. So it's done its best to do a mix for us. We can change this if we want, add some more reverb if you want, completely up to you. And you can just do an export mix. Now this is where it gets tricky with iOS. If I hit export mix, it's going to do the processing and then it's going to want it needs to have the ability to export multiple files. I found a way around this with iOS. So it's at 50% at the moment. Once it gets to 100%, you'll see what it kind of does, which is a bit fiddly. But you'll get through it if you follow what I do here and don't eat YouTube. There's no doubt the technology of this shits all over YouTube, like by far. YouTube can't even get streams happening, right? They can't even sort out ats in the chat on mobile devices. You know, they treat their creators like absolute dog shit. Over AI stuff. That's the world we live in right now. They can't even sort their streaming service out. So, still at 50%. It does take time. This is the problem with this, yeah? It is a pain in the ass. And it does, I think, the problem with using this technology and it going up to the cloud and doing all of this stuff, it does stifle your creative process, yeah? That is the one thing about this technology that really does hold things up. And as you can tell, I'm sitting here like trying to make conversation to cover for not only YouTube's terrible streaming service, but the slow time this takes to process a mix and then give me the ability to save all of these tracks individually so I can import them into back into Logic and then work from there. If I like any of the stuff, I can keep it. If I don't like it, I can remake it. So this is the beauty of this technology. Is it something that I would use often? I don't think so. I mean, here's again, and this is where this is where I have trouble with the subscription, right? Because not all the time do you struggle to come up with ideas. So to be paying so much money to have something just in the background to help you with ideas seems really excessive in my world. 50% processing currently. So Shelley, MJ, hello. Man. Shall we listen to it while we're waiting for it to... Can we actually do that? Oh, we can. I don't know if it's just hung for the mixing thing or not, but it seems like it's stuck on 50%. I don't know. Who knows? It's the rate everything's going today, it's been yeah, but here's the thing, Dave. You're not mixing this in this. This is not your mix. I wouldn't be using the mixing thing at all. That's not my bag. I would be doing this where I can export all of the tracks myself and choose how I want them, MP3, WAV, and then export them myself. That's where I see, and now this is where you would get to once you export the mixes. So here's one of the problems with doing it on iOS. So you've got the first one, Moises vocal, and here's where you would hit more. So I can send this to audio share. It's going to open audio share, and then I'm going to come back to Moises, and I'm going to hit the back button, and watch what happens. All right, there you go. There's the biggest problem with it. I just lost everything. There's the biggest problem. See, last night it worked fine. Absolutely not a problem in the world. But of course, today is an absolute dog shit day, and what are you going to do? Let's open this back up. Can I actually get into the file? You watch. And here's the other problem again. It's going to do this and back to here. This is just dog shit. We'll see if we can get past this. See if I can tap fast enough. No, it's not going to let me get back into the project, right? Here, Moises, you need to fix this, honestly. Now, the other way I can do it, I found this works. This shouldn't work. Turn off ad blockers. Didn't work this time. Didn't work that time. Try it again. Didn't work. Turn on ad blockers. The other thing I can try and do is open it in Safari and see if it works in Safari. Right? And it doesn't work again. So this is a problem. It definitely is a problem with using it on iOS. It sucks. It really does suck. You got to fix this, Moises. If you want more people to actually use this product, you've got to fix that. See how it shows the projects and then just vanishes on you? And even when I hit refresh and try and tap my heart out, I can't get it back to do it. Obviously, the best thing to do is to use it on desktop at this point. But you get where we're going with it, right? Then you can just import your stuff in. Let's talk about the voice studio and the mastering. So I'm going to load up the voice studio here. And I'm going to input. Now, the voice studio doesn't have that problem. It's only AI Studio that does this. So we're going to convert a new voice. And hopefully YouTube won't fuck with my streaming anymore. You can load in your local file. So we'll choose a file from here. And I've got some vocals from my song, The Fight. So I'm going to grab that vocal track, which is this one here. And here is the vocal take. So I should be able to. Again, we are in the browser right now, and I can't seem to do it in the browser. So let's get back over here. We'll do this again. Voice Studio, and we'll convert a voice. Yeah, they really have to sort it out for iOS, but that's what this show's about. It's iOS. Clearly, all these little teething problems I'm having here, just in Moises. Let's forget about YouTube being one of the worst streaming services around. On desktop, I have none of these problems. So here's my vocal. Holding on to every single. So I've already gone in and removed the reverb from this, but here you can see you can isolate lead vocals. So if your input isn't clean, isn't a clean a cappella, toggle the isolate to so the lead vocal can be ripped. So if it's even got reverb on it, I would suggest doing this, turning this on and doing it. You can do it. There goes YouTube again. Awesome. All right. If I'm even still here, I don't care anymore. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably end up doing a demo of this pre-recorded, because I can't trust YouTube to stream anymore. YouTube just wants to fuck every creator over at this point. So it does take a while to analyze. It's clearly not to do with me downloading this stuff that YouTube's playing its fucking ridiculous games. But it will take some time, and it will grab a selection of recommended AI voices from your audio. So it will listen to the vocal, and it will say, all right, we think these voices will go best with your vocal. You can change the semitones of these vocals as well. So, and we've been given Anna, Ashanti, Brian, and George. And you can add at any time another vocalist to this. So we'll wait for these to finish their thing while YouTube continues to do its thing. Again, waiting for this is a pain. So we've got 3 of them. Now, the thing is, anytime you change the semitones of any of these vocalists, it will take time to regenerate. So if I hit play now on this track. Down and out and all.
Always feeling tired.
Holding on to every single breath.
So we got a lower vocalist, a bass.
Waiting for an answer to a question unanswered.
That's pretty good.
To overcome the impending dread.
We've got Chris over here.
Have changed us.
So you can go through all these vocalists.
Always remains.
The years have changed us.
but one thing always
remains. The years have changed us, but one thing always remains. The years have changed us.
I'm going to add Arthur, and it's going to generate Arthur for us. Now, where is this super handy? I'll tell you where this is super handy. If you are somebody who records big choruses with multiple takes of your vocals, you've got backing singers that aren't your vocal, which overall is going to make your song sound actually like you paid people to come into the studio. And that's rad, right? Anything like that is just going to add to your song. So the technology is great. And again, I'm going to repeat it. All the voices on here, these are actual paid singers who are getting paid.
Feeling tired, holding
every time you use them.
every single breath.
I really like this bass one.
Waiting for an answer to a question.
So now I can download this, if it's going to let me. There we go. We're downloaded. We're back. And I should just be able to hopefully go back to my studio. And here we are at our voices. I might want to take Ashanti as well.
out and always feeling tired.
So let's grab Ashanti
Holding on to it.
and we'll save her as well. And there they all are in our mix. Come back over to Moises. And you can come in and change the semitones as well. So you could create harmonies with this as well. We could say for Ashanti, maybe say a seventh even. And it's going to regenerate. That's the thing. You're going to have to wait for it to regenerate, wait for it to do its thing. It'll take its little time. And you could create like a fifth and a third or a second and create those harmonies and bring them all into your mix. Is it always going to work perfect? I mean, you're just going to have to trial your voice to do this kind of stuff, yeah? Now, from what I know, this doesn't have its own voice trainer. So from my experience, I don't think you can actually train your own voice in this software. We will be taking a look at A Studio AI, which does allow you to do that. And that's probably, hopefully going to be next week at this time. Completely different kind of AI studio, just as powerful. And again, not like fucking Suno, not this auto-generative shit. Like, it relies on you inputting your data to actually get ideas from. There is an export all button up here if you just want to go ahead and do that. We've already downloaded 2 vocals. I'm going to bring this back into Logic in a second. Once this has generated its semitones. And the last thing we'll probably do today is just bring in an unmixed track and see how that goes. We'll use the mastering service and then compare it to something I've mastered. Yeah. And that's how we'll wrap up this debacle of a YouTube stream. Man. Mind you, folks, if you've been following, we have had some significant solar storms.
Out and always feeling tired.
Some really crazy solar storms. So internet all over the world has been fucked. Absolutely fucked. Health, geomagnetic storms, crazy particles, running at 7 million kilometers or whatever hitting us. All right. So we've done this. Let's head over to Logic, to this project. And we'll import these vocals in and see how different, and chop them up and maybe put them in the chorus and see how they go as a chorus in with the rest of my vocals. So we'll find the fight. Here is the fight. And what I'm going to do is just duplicate 3 tracks here. In fact, just 2. We'll duplicate 2 for the moment. and we'll find these files and drag them in. So we've got this one. I'd love to be able to grab you. Nice one. Hopefully that was the right track. Yep, that's the right track. And we'll grab this one here. And we'll do another track. We'll duplicate another one here. And we'll bring in that last vocal. Let's see what we get. So we'll just throw that away, make this full screen. All right.
Down and out and always feeling tired. Holding on to every single breath.
Did I not bring in the bass one?
Waiting for an answer.
I brought in Anna twice.
Unanswered to overcome the impending dread.
I know I'm a fighter. I'll keep fighting till the end. I'll always be a fighter.
I want to grab this bass one.
There's so much to defend. I know it's just another day. Don't let a moment go to waste. I feel it every single day. The fight goes on and on. Feeling like there's no hope.
Oh man, adding that low in there, because there's more vocals, remember?
Silent enemy in my head. Waiting for a miracle to happen like magic to overcome the impending dread. I know I'm a fighter.
No, it's not that.
I'll keep fighting till the end.
Here's the thing, Dave. I've done already streams using Moises and Suno. So, and that's never happened before. It's YouTube. It's definitely a YouTube thing today. So, because it's doing it when I'm not doing stuff.
Down and out and always feeling tired. Holding on to every single breath. Waiting for an answer to a question unanswered to overcome the impending dread. I know I'm a fighter.
I keep
Fighting till the end. I'll always be a fighter. There's so much to defend.
Now, remembering there is no kind of processing on any of these. Oh, there's processing. Let's throw some reverb on these as well. You can put your own amount of processing on all of these to process them even further.
I know I'm a fighter. I'll keep fighting
till the end. I'll always be a fighter.
So even just replacing the entire vocal, this stuff is wild. It's just rad stuff. The last thing we're going to do with Moises today before we get out of here is do a master, because the ability to master stuff is available to us. So let's bounce. I think we can get back into Moises this way. Yes. Is our mastering. So I'm going to click on our mastering. So you've got a lyric writer in here as well too. So if you're running out of ideas for lyrics, you can just come in, add your own lyrics that you've already started with. Can create a new section up here. You can do rhymes. You can start writing over here. See, look, I'm not even using it at the moment, and I've got the YouTube thing, so we're not even doing any uploading or anything. So there you go. YouTube, go fuck yourself. You can just start writing. This was the best day. And straight away, you've got these smart lyrics here that are going to give you words that rhyme with day, that rhyme with stuff, type a word to rhyme. You've already got ideas for words. Part, I could do, you could, choice, I ever done. I can give it. So it's going to try and help you find the next line for your song. In here as well, too, you've got a thesaurus. You've got your smart lyrics, settings to autocomplete. You've got a profanity filter if you want to turn this off. You can change the creativity of all this kind of stuff. So this is built into this as well. But I want the mastering. And I'm going to bring in a copy of, let's hit new. And choose a file. And I'm going to try and find the version of the maze before I mastered it. Let's do that. Where are we? The maze, mix master, final mix. I think this is a final mix here. Let's just make sure. Yes, I think that's, so this is a final mix. With no sound. We'll just kill these things. Apparently there's no sound with this one. So let's submit it and see if we get sound back. And it's going to do this. It's going to upload the track. And it's going to analyze it. And it's going to do what most of these mixing services offer these days, yeah? Don't close until it's finished. Happy days. And there is our original. And now it's creating our mastered version. And you can get really into the minutia with this mastering. Apparently. You can come in, you've got an auto mode. You can come into the advanced mode and really get down to it. You can change the target loudness. You can change the DBFS. You can change the mastering intensity, low cut frequency. You can add a reference track in here if you want. So you can come in and do that if you like. Or you can just use the auto mode, completely up to you. Sounded like an analog radio station. I don't even know. I have no idea what is going on anymore. How far is my thing behind here? Good God. There we go. Again, this is going to take time. And if you are on the plan before this, it's costing credits. That's the thing. This is why the higher plan is a thing, I guess. I hope to God it's just not me who deals with this YouTube issue today. I hope everyone else suffers from it as well. All right, so I've got no sound here now. Apparently there's no sound. That's why the mini fuse is not selected for some reason. Let's see. There we go. So this is the original track. And this is the master track.
Some days the path is clear and wide. Other days I lose my way.
Pretty neat. Like, that's a pretty good master. And you can actually choose here if you would like to send it to master it to Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, Apple Music, Amazon, Deezer, or to a CD quality master. Pretty nice set of options. Again, hit download, wave, 24-bit, 44 hertz, hit export, and we can grab that. Here's the final mix. This is the one we want. And hopefully it's going to give us the option to download it, preparing files. And that is as easy as it is to master this stuff. You can, as I said, you can add a reference track. So if your music was kind of like funk, metal or whatever, you could add a Red Hot Chili Peppers song in there, or alternative, you could chuck in a Pearl Jam song for a reference to try and help the AI understand your music a little bit better. All those options. Again, there's a lot going on with this thing. I don't know if this is going to work. iOS. What we can do is just go over here to Moises Studio on my desktop, which I should have just done the whole show on desktop, but it is what it is, isn't it? I'm just flicking over here to the desktop so you can see how this is cool. It's all the stuff that you've done on iOS, you can just go and open over here on your desktop as well too. And it's remembered everything, right? So there's the master. I can come over here, hit export from here. And maybe it's just not going to work. Because why would it today? Why? Why would it? I don't know. I should just give up and just focus on music and just buy viewers and end up with 170 views on my videos, but nobody leaves any comments. That's probably what I should do with my life right now. What do you think? Yeah. Anyway, I'm closing it out. I can't be bothered waiting anymore. This has been a disastrous stream. What can I say? Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for watching and all that jazz. Look, I think Moises is really good. I don't know what's going on with my... this today. I've done this a million times and it's downloaded really quickly. Yeah. Subscription, it's expensive. Does it work properly on iOS? It works good enough. That's not well enough for the price that you're paying. I think the concept of it is incredible. I think it's definitely a service that can help people generate ideas for their music so much better. It fills a void where we lost the voice memos app. The price, I think, is far too expensive for what you get. That's just my opinion. And this didn't even work. Nice. So there's that. That's my opinion. That's Moises. You make up your own mind. I'll see you tomorrow, and maybe everything will go right, or maybe it won't. Let's oge.